And 1989. Baseball's all-time hits leader, Pete Rose, is banned from the game for life. The move follows allegations that he bet on games while manager of the Cincinnati Reds. Years later, Rose finally admits his gambling while pressing for his ban to be lifted.
I'm interested in getting back down on the field and teaching the game of baseball because I don't think baseball is being played the right way today.
Baseball's all-time hits leader, Pete Rose, is banned from the game for life. The move follows allegations that he'd bet on games while manager of the Cincinnati Reds. Years later, Rose finally admits his gambling while pressing for his ban to be lifted. I'm interested in getting back down in the field and teaching the game of baseball because I don't think baseball is being played the right way today. Yeah. Pete Rose. I know some of you know Pete Rose. I know Hajime knows Pete Rose. Yeah, Pete Rose. I like Pete Rose. I don't care about his gambling. Whatever. People gamble. And his gambling didn't influence games for sure. So therefore, anyway, we'll talk about that tomorrow. Pete Rose, Cincinnati Reds. That's it for proper nouns. Now, vocabulary. Yeah, lots of people got confused on band. Yeah. B-A-N-D, like a music band. Same pronunciation. But this one is very different, right? Band. Allegations. What is this? We'll figure that out. Cincinnati Reds. Gambling while pressing for, to press for, that's a phrasal verb. Again, we got ban. Lift is easy, but, ban lifted, that's how collocation works. I think everything else is good. And this section killed everybody, almost everybody. He's on the phone, right, which makes it difficult. I don't think any of his pronunciation was that difficult. He did say this one a little bit fast. Down in the field, that was a little bit fast. So these two sections right here were a little bit fast. However, you guys did fine with, I don't think. You guys did fine there. I don't know why I have that in yellow, but yes, don't worry about that. All right, let's go back here. Baseball's possessive. Baseball's all-time. We use a hyphen. Baseball's all-time hits leader, Pete Rose. So this is all describing Pete Rose. Baseball's all-time hits leader, Pete Rose, is banned from the game for life. Wow. Banned from the game for life. The move follows, good connections here, right? The move follows allegations. The move follows allegations that he bet on games. So you guys can tell me. I'll leave it as a question. We'll answer it tomorrow. Put your answers on box, everybody. Put your answers on box. DDM VIP. The move follows allegations that he bet on, good flap T, bet on games while manager of the Cincinnati Reds. So tough sentence. I'll read it again. The move follows allegations that he'd bet on games while manager of the Cincinnati Reds. Years later, Rose finally, and I liked her pronunciation, she said finally. Years later, Rose finally admits his gambling. Years later, Rose finally admits his gambling while pressing for his ban to be lifted. While pressing for, now this is a phrasal verb, and that means this participle or preposition is important. So we're going to keep the for pronunciation. Pressing for, you could say pressing for, but almost everybody's going to say pressing for. Okay? Up here, definitely for life. But here, pressing for, part of a verb, pressing for his ban to be lifted. Banned from the game. Banned to be lifted. To be lifted. Okay, keep this T, lifted. I'm interested in getting back down on the field. I'm interested in getting back down on the field. Getting back down on the field. And teaching the game of baseball. And teaching the game of baseball. Because I don't think Baseball is being played the right way today. Baseball is being played the right way today. I don't think so. I'm interested in getting back down on the field and teaching the game of baseball. The words are simple. We're going to listen again, and I'll bet it's much, much easier to catch. All right? 2 times. 1989, baseball's all-time hits leader, Pete Rose. And let me go, hold up. Pete Rose was and still is amazing. Look at this. Rose was a switch hitter, which means he could bat right-handed and he could bat left-handed. Wow. And is still today in 2020 the all-time baseball leader in hits. And what does a hit mean? It means when a baseball player hits the ball and successfully gets on base. So if you look at baseball, there's first base, second base, third base, and home. A hit simply means he was able to go to first base. He's the all-time hits leader. He's the all-time leader in games played. No other baseball player has played more games than Pete Rose. He's the all-time leader of at-bats, and at-bats meaning getting up to bat. No other baseball player has had the chance to hit the ball more than Pete Rose. He's the all-time leader for singles, and singles means getting to first base. No other baseball player has more singles than Pete Rose, and he has the all-time record for outs. He swings and he's out. He has to go, he failed. No other baseball player has more failures than Pete Rose. And I just love that. No other baseball player has more hits, more games played, more at-bats, more singles. These are all successes. And no other baseball player has more outs. And that's a failure. It's just beautiful. If you want to be successful, if you want to be number one, you will fail so many times. 10,000 failures, 4,000 successes. He's the most successful and has the most failures. This is beautiful. This is the mentality you need to know. And Pete Rose, that was Pete Rose. Pete Rose is basically a musclehead. He's not a smart guy. Nat Turner was a smart guy. Pete Rose, he's a musclehead. He's a baseball head. The only thing his mind knows is baseball. Seriously. I'm not joking. And great. We want in baseball, we want a baseball head, and that was Pete Rose. Pete Rose, not very well educated, started playing professional baseball out of high school, and continued until he was kicked out of baseball. Pete Rose was an excellent player, but when he could, he'd cheat. He'd be physical. He'd run into other players and cause fights. He would do other things, including corking his bat at the end. But anyway, that's not important. But Pete Rose was he was a musclehead, meaning he's a good guy for baseball, but is he a good guy ethically? Not really. But who cares? He's not a politician. He's a baseball player. And we want great baseball players. And Pete Rose was amazing. Excellent. Super. Spectacular baseball player. So if you like baseball, there's no reason you should not like Pete Rose. You can hate Pete Rose because he beat your team, but as a skilled player, Pete Rose is one of the best. Baseball's all-time hits leader, Pete Rose, is banned from the game for life. Kicked out. Why? The decision to kick him out follows allegations. Somebody said Pete Rose is gambling on baseball as a player, as a coach, as a player. So he is a player, he is a coach, and he's gambling on his game. We're going to win or we're going to lose. Yeah, that's illegal. Can't do that. Can't do that. Too controversial. Too controversial. If he wants to lose, maybe he can have a bad day. You know what I mean? Is it true? Is it true? Well, they believed the allegations that he had, great job, guys, bet on games while manager and player of the Cincinnati Reds. So they kicked him out. They kicked him out not just for that year. They kicked him out for life. Until today, August 22nd, 2020, he's still banned from baseball, and he still wants back in. Years later, I think it was 2004, so 15 years later? Years later, Rose finally admits, okay, I was doing some gambling. So he admitted that he was gambling, and he was pressing, come on, guys, lift my ban. Stop banning me. Let me get back onto the field. Let me help these players. Let me be a coach. Come on, for Christ's sake. Like I said, he's a meathead. He's a musclehead. And the thing is, if you have IQ, high IQ, you understand consequences. But in my opinion, his great skill qualities, not very good mental qualities. What did he say? I'm interested, in getting back down on the field. I want to be a manager. I want to be a coach. I want to be back down on the field coaching and helping players. I want to be in the game and teaching the game of baseball, damn it. I want to be there. It's his life. It always was his life. Because I don't think baseball is being played the right way today. What way is that, Pete? Gambling? I'm teasing. Personally, I love Pete Rose. I think Pete Rose should be back in the game. He's pretty old now. He's older than my dad. He's a year older than my dad. He's 79 years old. So he's not going to get back onto the field. But I think this is really sad. I really think it's really sad. And yeah, gambling's bad, of course. It's complicated. Anyway, I feel sorry for Pete Rose. I like him.
And 1989. Baseball's all-time hits leader, Pete Rose, is banned from the game for life. The move follows allegations that he bet on games while manager of the Cincinnati Reds. Years later, Rose finally admits his gambling while pressing for his ban to be lifted.
I'm interested in getting back down on the field and teaching the game of baseball because I don't think baseball is being played the right way today.
And 1989. Baseball's all-time hits leader, Pete Rose, is banned from the game for life. The move follows allegations that he bet on games while manager of the Cincinnati Reds. Years later, Rose finally admits his gambling while pressing for his ban to be lifted.
I'm interested in getting back down on the field and teaching the game of baseball because I don't think baseball is being played the right way today.